Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Elardio. Welcome to MindBenders.
Close the blinds. Sit quietly and watch this screen. We are going to let you witness a terrifying experiment in human endurance.
We seem to be dealing literally with the physics of the soul.
His wife, a woman afraid. But afraid of what? The MindBenders. Call them what you will. You cannot shut your eyes to what is happening here.
Thanks.
Okay, MindBenders, welcome. We're back with hobbies. You know I am an amateur magician. So I have Kenneth here to help me out with this activity.
Hopefully I don't need to add.
So, the good thing is, sometimes you have a psychic connection with people, right? Kenny is one of those people I feel like sometimes I can feel what he's thinking.
Uh-oh.
He gets like a throb here, and I can like see that he's saying, this is probably enough. Okay, so Kenny, what I want you to do is,
Okay.
I want you to pick a number out of these 3 rows here.
Okay.
Pick
Any
a
of the
number.
numbers?
Any number, yes.
Okay.
You pick a number, any number out of those 3 rows.
In my head.
In your
Keep it
head.
in my head? Okay.
Yes, don't
Okay.
let me know what it is.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to reach into your mind.
Ow, it hurts a little bit.
Okay. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything, okay? Is your number in column 1, 2, or 3?
It's in 2. Column 2.
Column 2. Okay. Okay. Normally, I'm able to get it really quickly, but sometimes when the person has a strong mind, it takes a little bit longer. Okay, Kenny. Concentrate on the number that you've chosen, and I will see if I can draw it out of your non-magic brain. Hold on, try to focus. Oh, man. Now, this makes me mad because normally I'm able to tell already what the number is. Is it in row 1, 2, or 3?
It is in row 2.
2. Okay. All right, let's try this again. I don't know what my deal is, but for some reason I'm having a little bit of a tissue.
Having a little bit of a mind
Oh,
bend.
wait a minute. Now that you said mind.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm starting to get something here.
You feeling it?
Yeah. That was your card. 10 of diamonds.
That's powerful. How do you do that?
It's magic, my friend. Magic.
That is cool.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
What's up?
I want to tell you about a guy, Kenny.
You want to talk about a guy named Kenny?
No, I want to tell you about a guy, Kenny.
I got
His
you.
name is Robert Smalls.
Robert Smalls. Okay.
Yes.
Robert Smalls. Not
Do
big.
you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
Who that is? Robert Smalls was born in 1839
Okay.
and lived until 1915.
Wow.
Now, I'm starting to be surprised about how long some of these people in the olden days lived. I mean, I thought it was rougher than it was. It seems like they're living a long time.
Yeah.
especially for this guy, because Robert Smalls was born enslaved in South Carolina.
He didn't even. So he started at -100.
Yes.
He didn't even start at 0. Like
Yes.
most of us today, we were born at 0. We're
Yes. And I think he's
Negative
born
100.
into an even worse slavery situation. I'll tell you why.
Okay. What
His
happened?
mom was black
Okay.
and his dad was white.
So he was biracial.
And I think that would be even worse than being just a black person
Mhm.
or just a white person.
Yeah.
Like being
Yeah.
mixed back in that time is like
That would have been
it's
me.
it's like
that would have been me.
It's like you're almost there. You can almost touch freedom.
I'm almost free, but wait a
I'm
minute.
not.
You're a little too tan.
Yeah. Yeah. So because his father was a white man on the plantation, he was given a little bit more privileges, and they allowed him to go and work at a dock in Beaumont, right?
Okay.
But before he went there, his mother always warned him that he's gonna face, hardships because
Yeah,
they
definitely.
lived in the pro-slavery South.
Yeah.
So
The racism.
hardship was
and
there.
the
So
slavery.
the good thing is, though, Robert, smart guy, excelled on the water, and eventually he received the position of wheelman. I guess wheelman is the person that
It's like the captain.
drives-
I think the
drives
person
boat,
that yeah.
whatever.
So you
And
became
that was the
captain. That's pretty-
highest job that a black person can get on a ship.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So at 17 years old, he fell in love.
Uh-oh. Did
Is
you
that-
fall in love at 17?
Okay. When I was 17, I know I must have been heads over heel over somebody, but was it real?
17? I don't know. That's a little too early, isn't
It's
it?
hard for me to
know
say
like
because
true love.
okay. In my personal life,
Uh-huh.
17 is too young.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I wasn't in the mind frame to be in love, but I do know people who are married to their high school sweetheart.
I do too.
Matter of fact, if you're married to your high school sweetheart, leave us a
yeah,
comment.
I'd like to hear
Yeah,
about
because
that.
I would like to hear about
How
that.
did that happen? How did you make it that long?
Because I've also heard two schools of thought. I've heard about
Mhm.
people staying together for that long, because
Right.
they were meant to be, and then I heard about people who got married in high school, and then 20 years later they're totally different people, and they're like,
Yeah. Why did I marry you? Because
I've
you're
never
not-
dated anybody else. I've never.
And you're not the same person you were at 17, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all change. So
Exactly.
let's drop a comment if you're with your high school sweetheart still.
Well, anyways, let's get back to Robert Smalls, not Biggie, but Robert. he was imagine if Biggie Smalls' real name was Robert. Anyway, he fell in love with a girl named Hannah, right? She was a hotel worker. She was a slave that worked in a hotel. But the problem is he was never going to make enough money
to get her freedom.
to get her
right? 'Cause-
free, to buy her freedom.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, if you're a black person and you're trying to buy another black person's freedom, why wouldn't they just take your money and say, get out of here, colored?
Doesn't that sound crazy though in general?
Maybe that's how foul I am. But like, I'm like, yeah, you
Take
can
your
buy
money.
it. I take him like, get out of here, colored.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Give me
saying?
no money.
He's lying. Like, who's the fuck gonna believe me? The judge gonna believe me? I was giving him $500. It took me 35 years to say. He's lying, Your Honor. That N-word ain't giving me nothing. Well, anyways, so let me tell you a little bit about what happened. Because he had been sailing for many years, when the Civil War began, Robert knew Charleston's waterways very well. So,
Okay, so yeah, because since 17 he'd been charting. Yeah.
So he was transporting weapons and supplies for the Confederate Army.
Oh snap.
Yeah. So imagine that.
Where-
Imagine you're a slave
And
you
you're
got-
trying to help the people that don't like you.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So he saw his opportunity to make an escape. Okay. So when the officers left the boat for the night, Robert put on a big hat, gloves, so that the soldiers would think he was a captain. Quietly packed the black crew, picked up their families and some other enslaved people, and set sail for the north.
Peace.
Yo, this guy is a G.
He was just
He's
a
yo,
rebel. Just like
I'm taking this
I'm out.
boat.
I'm out. I'm leaving
Taking
everybody.
this boat.
I'm getting my freedom.
So eventually they reached the Union blockade. He flew a white flag and surrendered the ship.
Okay, so the white flag is like surrendering the ship so they don't sink it, right?
He actually became a national hero and a celebrity off of this act.
Because it sounds almost like a Harriet Tubman, but it's almost instead of the Underground Railroad, it's sailing.
Yeah.
That's
He
amazing.
became so popular for this story that he was even able to meet with Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much they rate him. I mean,
That's-
imagine a story like that. That's like showing hella heart. That's
Yeah.
like, you know how they pulled out all the troops from Afghanistan?
Right.
That would be like a story about a guy that was a Taliban and then took a van from the Taliban, picked
And
up
just-
all the Americans,
and just said, "We're out."
drove home.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
it just wouldn't happen. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And now, what was this guy's name again? And what year was he born?
his name was Robert Smalls, and he was
Robert
born
Smalls.
in 1839. Okay,
Nice.
it gets even better than that because his record as a war hero helped him to become a delegate at the post-war Constitutional Convention in South Carolina. Okay, and in 1878 he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. So
Wow.
he was the first African congressman
So think about this, guys. He was born into slavery
and became
and
a
then
congressman.
served in Congress for the United States government.
After escaping from the South with a bunch of
is
slaves.
awesome.
A bunch of slaves.
That's what I'm talking. That is a hero, guys.
Who that is?
Who that is?
Robert Smalls.
There you go.
MindBenders.